Today, our mission is to track what might be the biggest shift in the AI chip war. We're moving from these huge centralized data centers to the edge.
Right.
We mean AI running directly on your PC, on your phone, on everything.
It's a fundamental power transfer. I mean, think about it. NVIDIA completely dominated round one, right? That staggering valuation came from owning the cloud training market.
Absolutely.
But this next battle is totally different. It's all about AI inference running models efficiently on billions of devices. It's about local speed. It's about power savings.
And we've boiled the sources down to three main forces pushing this. First, some really strict standards from Microsoft. Second, some surprising geopolitical chaos. And third, these immediate real-world efficiency gains that businesses are just demanding. So let's start with that catalyst, the AI PC. It feels like it came out of nowhere. What's actually different, and why is this happening so fast?
The task is what's different. Data center GPUs, your H100s, they're built for one thing, training. That means just raw brute force power.
And massive energy consumption.
Massive. But edge NPUs, neural processing units, they're designed for inference, for running models using as little power as possible. They're all about efficiency and low latency. I mean, Intel's entire strategy is built on winning this inference market.
Okay, and that's where Microsoft steps in. They've become the de facto rule setter with this Copilot plus PC certification.
And they set one non-negotiable requirement, 40 TOPS.
Tera operations per second.
Yep, 40 POPS from the NPU. And that number wasn't random. It's mandatory for the features they want to run locally.
Why locally, though? Why not just use the cloud?
Privacy and speed. A feature like Recall, which logs everything you do that has to run locally for privacy, you can't be sending that to the cloud.
It's not.
And then something like Co-Creator needs instant, zero-latency response. You just can't get that from a server that's miles away. So that one standard, that 40 TOPS number, it forced a 4x leap in NPU performance overnight.
So who's actually hitting that mark now?
The new contenders are stepping up. You have Intel's Lunar Lake coming in around 45 TOPS.
Okay.
And then AMD is being even more aggressive with Strix Point, which is aiming for, 48, maybe even 50 TOPS? It's a real numbers game now.
But while they're fighting it out, something else happened. A really surprising defensive move. NVIDIA and Intel, historic rivals, suddenly have an alliance.
A multi-billion-dollar one, yeah. It's a direct shot at Apple.
At their M-series chips.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Specifically at their unified memory. See, on a normal PC, you might have, say, 128 gigs of system RAM, but your AI model is stuck using the GPU's tiny pool of VRAM, maybe 16 gigs.
So all that other memory is just sitting there, completely useless for the big AI tasks.
It's a huge bottleneck. This alliance is about using NVLink to let the GPU access all that system RAM directly. It's a key architectural fix. They need to even compete with Apple on this.
Okay, let's pivot to the geopolitical chaos. 2025 was it was a mess of export rules being introduced, then repealed, then a truce.
Total unpredictability. And it had this completely paradoxical outcome. NVIDIA made a compliant downgraded chip, the H20, just for China.
And it was rejected.
Flat out rejected. Reports say Chinese buyers prefer their homegrown Huawei Ascend 910B, which was actually much more powerful.
So the attempt to limit them actually accelerated their own self-sufficiency.
It did. And for global businesses, all this instability makes relying on a centralized public cloud. Well, it's a huge geopolitical liability now.
It forces you to move to the edge just for security and resilience.
Exactly. And we're already seeing the gains. In healthcare, you've got AI built right into GE MRI machines, giving real-time diagnoses to help with a severe shortage of radiologists.
And you mentioned retail, too.
Yeah, retail is tackling that $100 billion shrink problem theft, basically. Instead of reviewing video after the fact, smart cameras with Edge AI give real-time alerts.
So the final assessment seems clear. NVIDIA won the cloud war, no question. But the edge war is, it's a jump ball. It's between Intel, the incumbent, with a powerful new friend.
And AMD, the agile challenger with a really aggressive roadmap.
So here's the final thought for you to chew on. We talked about the AI processor market being valued at, about $3.5 billion?
Right. But the entire Edge AI ecosystem, all the software, the services built on top, is valued at $25 billion. So the real fight isn't just about selling a chip. It's about controlling the hardware standard that unlocks that whole 7x larger ecosystem. So the question is, how will the winner actually monetize that control?